It was nasty.
Yeah, I was out this morning around 6, 7 o'clock, and it was beautiful, but picked up as the day progressed.
We only got one for our troubles.
Well, that's one more than you had before you went out. Mr. Mazzaferro holding up well on his end of the deal.
Oh yeah, I brought mackerel today.
Oh, nice.
About uh, about 30 of them.
Really?
Yeah, he goes out in the morning with his brother Danny,
Oh, of course. Yeah.
and then the afternoon with me. So he really doesn't need a boat.
He's got a full day and he doesn't have to worry about maintenance.
Nope.
Nope. Hey, Allison.
Hi.
Evening
Hi.
out.
Hi.
Anyone else showing up?
Oh, we've got Dan. I don't think we're going to see Gene, but yep, I expect that Patrick will be here any second now.
Yeah. Got my eyes on the waiting room. There he is.
Good evening, Patrick.
Unmute yourself.
Good to see everyone.
Oh, good.
That's much better. Nels, thank you for joining us.
My pleasure.
Okay, we have a quorum, and I think we'll get started. Just let me, oh, there we go. I was going to go shut the door before the dogs came in. Uh, keeping it professional. Uh, so, I hereby call this meeting to order. It is 6:31 p.m. on September 3rd, 2025. Opening comments. Patrick, anything for you?
Nothing, nothing from me until we get into the discussion. I think that's good.
Okay, all right. I am going to take a moment to throw in a comment here. I want to let everybody know, I know there were some comments as far as possibly taking this meeting offline and holding it live at the town hall a week or so ago. And I want to address that to some extent here. I want to assure everybody that we are not trying to exclude people. We're trying absolutely not trying to exclude people. But we do need an environment that is respectful and professional in order to conduct the town's business. If Zoom cannot provide this, then we will need to meet live in town hall while seeking to identify other options. Fortunately, we're able to do this tonight via Zoom because Allison, Kristen, and others have worked very hard over the past week or so to identify some safeguards that Zoom does provide. And once again, they are a little bit more inconvenient than what we had before. It's not a take the address off the calendar and click on it and in you come. Hopefully, this will be enough to allow us to keep the Zoom bombers out so that we can again conduct the town's business. So thank you all for your patience as we work our way through this, and hopefully this system will work well tonight. Getting down to announcements. We still have no dogs on beaches through September 30th, except on Doggy Beach. Metal recycling pickup, metal, white goods, TV, computer recycling is still on the last Saturday of each month until October 25th from 8 a.m. to 12 p.m. noon behind the DPW garage. We have the Hump and Nickel 5 Mile Road Race, which I will not be running in, Saturday, September 6, 2025, beginning at 9 a.m. in front of the Nahant Life Saving Station. Race and registration details can be found on the community calendar on nahant.org. Nahant Public Library book sale is on Saturday, September 6th, 2025, from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. in front of the library. And we have the Market by the Sea on Saturday, September 20th, from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. at Flash Road Park. For more information or to become a vendor, visit the market page at nahant.org or email ktaylor@nahant.org. And one last announcement, we have the Swim Fall Beaches Cleanup on Sunday, September 28th, 2025, beginning at 11 a.m. at the Lowlands parking lot. We suggest that you bring gloves if you participate in this. Starting us off, as far as our business at hand, we have a public hearing regarding the local liquor licensing authority. And we will vote to amend the Nahant Knights of Columbus liquor license, 17 Relay Yard, Nahant, Mass. 01908. I'll start with a motion. I move the Board of Selectmen acting as the local liquor licensing authority open the public hearing. Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Let's see. Dan, do we just go right to a roll call vote? And
Oh, well, there's no discussion, so yeah, just go to the vote, then you're open, and then you
okay,
go through the
roll,
hearing process.
roll call vote.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibbo, aye. The hearing is now open for public comment. Do we have anyone that would like to speak? That's okay. Then, Dan, do we close the hearing before we do the motion for the vote?
No, that's all within the hearing. I think we
Within the
should
hearing, okay. So then
describe
I
what
will
we're doing.
I will make a motion to move the Board of Selectmen approve the application submitted by the Knights of Columbus Building Association to amend its liquor license to replace its current manager, James Conowitz, with a new manager, Wayne T. Wilson, and then submit the application to the Alcoholic Beverages Control Commission for approval. Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Discussion.
For now? Yeah, there we go. Good. I see Wayne's on. He might want to give us a little background.
He's not one to he will
Oh.
speak up, I know.
He was on.
All
There
right.
he is.
Yeah, he's
Well-
still, go ahead, Wayne.
I'm not sure if I'm on or not. Am I on?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, due to the obviously the unfortunate and untimely death of James Conowitz, it's not like we had much of a choice. We had to change our manager. He was a longtime manager, did a very good job. And so I forgot to step backwards when they were looking for volunteers to take the job. And so obviously we need to change that manager's position, and I guess I'm it.
Wayne, you're making me a bit seasick with that screen.
No,
you got
I'm
up there.
trying to hold it steady here, but
It's windy.
Hey, Wayne, isn't that how you became building inspector back in the 80s? You can step back quick enough?
yeah, kind of like that. Yeah.
There you go.
So we if anyone wants to talk in favor or against, this is the time.
So hearing none,
Okay.
let's see.
The motion's already made, I believe.
Motion has been made, so roll call vote.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibbo, aye. Motion carries.
Congratulations.
Thank you, gentlemen.
Good to go, Wayne.
Good
Thank
to see you,
you.
Wayne.
Sounds great. Thank you.
Thank you.
And now you close the hearing.
Okay, I move that we close the hearing for the local liquor licensing for the Knights of Columbus.
Seconded.
Roll call vote.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
Rob Tibbo, aye. Couldn't do it without you, Dan.
Happy to help. We've done it before. We'll do it again.
I'll get it someday. Okay, so we have under new business, we want to execute the agreement allowing Nahant Fire Department to conduct training exercises at 38 Swallow Cave Road. I move that the Board of Selectmen approve the agreement allowing the Nahant Fire Department to conduct training exercises at 38 Swallow Cave Road. Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Discussion, Austin?
Thank you, Rob and Pat. Yes, this opportunity kind of came out of the blue today. Well, first I'll mention the Inspectional Services Department has instituted a number of changes, and one of which is whenever there's an application to demolish a structure, they send it along to police and fire and DPW just to check if we have any requirements or needs related to that. The homeowners there have, at that property, have built a new house. They have submitted an application to get a permit to demolish the old structure. So I happened to cross paths with the homeowner this afternoon, and she mentioned that. And I asked if, they would consider allowing us to do some training there. And she really didn't hesitate at all, said that would be fine, and she would speak with our neighbors on our behalf, which she's already done. And thank you to Dan and Allison for jumping right on it and getting that agreement drafted and in place. So the homeowners have that. They said they would sign it this evening and drop it off at Town Hall in the morning. And we happen to have a training scheduled for this Sunday anyway. So that is when we're hoping to conduct this training. There will be no live fire or anything like that. We're just going to practice some of our standard fire ground activities with ladders, ventilation, search, and hose movement. We're not going to be smashing any windows or anything like that. The noisiest portion of it will be cutting some ventilation holes in the roof, but that probably won't, take up a lot of time. So the bulk of it will hopefully be not disruptive to the neighbors. And we're just extremely grateful for the opportunity. We don't get this opportunity very often, and almost all of our training is conducted right behind or around the fire station. So having a building to actually work with and be able to demonstrate, construction for those on the department who aren't familiar with it, how to open up areas to check for fire extension, things like that. I mean, it really is a invaluable opportunity for us. So we're very grateful for your support, and certainly from the homeowners' willingness to let us do this.
I'll throw in a little bit here also, Austin, that I participated in several opportunities like this through my time at the fire department, and I found the training to be invaluable. We don't have opportunities like this where we can get pretty much everybody in your group together at the same time to go through these routines. It's excellent as far as improving your skills on searching and rescuing occupants of the house. It's invaluable to firefighters to learn their own, improve their own skills on how to evacuate the house themselves, how to escape the house, how to escape through from rooms that have become blocked off, and they have to find an alternate route, possibly through a wall. How do we do that? So I'm very glad. I'm very grateful to the homeowners, and I'm very glad we're able to do this. I'm sure you're going to have a good group of routines that you'll be working everybody through. I hope it's a cool day so everybody can get through it without wearing themselves down too much. Good luck to them.
Yeah, thank you.
So anyone else to speak on this?
I'll just echo that sentiment, Rob. I think it's a great tribute to the town, and that our homeowners are just willing to do this. I think this is a great opportunity for the fire department to get some valuable training.
Yeah. Thank you, Pat.
Thank you, Pat. Okay, roll call vote.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibbo, aye. Motion carries. Thank you, Austin.
Yeah, so Rob and Pat, if you're able, Austin, are you going to drop off the contract, or the owners are going to drop it off at Town Hall tomorrow, you said?
Yes, that's correct. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe if I'll notify you when it's here and just to come in to sign off on it, that would be great.
Let us know.
Okay.
Thanks.
I
That's
will.
great.
Thank
I'm
you.
making a note to myself right now. All right. So let's see, what brings us down to ongoing business, which is, I'm pleased to say, our discussion of the MBTA 3A zoning bylaw. So, yeah, okay. I move that the Board of Selectmen submit the proposed zoning bylaw amendment to add a new section entitled Multifamily Overlay District to the Planning Board to hold a public hearing pursuant to Massachusetts General Laws, Chapter 40A, Section 5. Do I have a second?
Seconded.
Discussion. Sheila?
Oh, okay, thank you, very much. Last night, the planning board, did finalize the actual zoning bylaw. There were a couple of actual important, recommendations in regards to stormwater language and replacing ordinance with the bylaws. I mean, they're minor, but they're very important for our bylaw. So I do appreciate this. And we are requesting that you vote to approve, our request for this 3A Section 16 of the zoning bylaws with the zoning map so that we can hold our public hearing and you can schedule a special town meeting. Is there
Okay.
any questions that the Board of Selectmen or anyone else may have? We have been working for several months on this.
Well, I know that you have, and you've got a great group there on the planning board that have stuck with it. And our thanks also, of course, to Nels Nelson, who has been the guiding light throughout this process. Nels, any thoughts from you as far as your feelings toward what we're looking at right now?
Uh, yeah, thanks for calling on me.
Yeah, I had to.
Yeah, it's been my pleasure to work with the planning board over the last few months. Working with the planning board, we've gone through the process of whittling down on what would be the best opportunity for satisfying the need to comply with MBTA communities. And we've developed an approach to an overlay district that meets the criteria, and the language has been developed over the course of several iterations with the planning board, and is derived from let's say the template text that the state provides. It's also been reviewed by the state for compliance, and we made some adjustments to that. So what we have in front of you today is seen a lot. There's been a lot of eyes on it, and I'm very comfortable and happy with the shape that it's in.
Good. Thank you, Nels. Dan, I know you had a hard look at it. How you're comfortable with everything?
Yep, Dan, you're on mute.
Yeah, there we go. Sorry. Oh, absolutely. Nils has done a great job, and my friend Margaret Hurley from the state also weighed in. She actually emailed me, asked me how things were going. So we're good to go. And the overlay is right where you think it would be, right where we already have multifamily housing, just not zoned for it. So it makes perfect sense.
Excellent. Excellent. Patrick?
No, I've been pretty involved in the process this summer and this past summer. And I think it's come together nicely with some important edits over the last few weeks. But otherwise it's been, I think, a pretty smooth process and a good whittling down of the options, a good consideration up front. But otherwise a pretty swift and efficient process to come to what I think is a really good conclusion for the town, that is respectful of the what the town wants and is reflective of what the town has voted for in the past, in that it's very much in keeping with where we wanted multifamily housing. find no faults. I think it, you know, it's a good and necessary next step to get us through this compliance.
Well said. Anyone else?
Rob, this is Rob Steinberg. As you may know, as part of this process, we did include 40B language. And I think that if construction should occur, it may not, but if it did occur, it provides an opportunity for safe harbor for the town. So we also made progress on that front, which I thought was great to move forward. It would not be 100% compliance. I think it'd be 90% in terms of the acreage compliance, but that's an important add-on, an opportunity for the town. So I think it shows good faith to the state that we're trying to comply as much as possible, given the limitations we have in terms of available space for development.
Excellent point. Thank you, Rob. Anyone else? Okay, roll call vote.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibbo, aye. Motion carries. Thank you.
Could you just speak on, I don't know if it's Sheila, but just speak on the process now from here
Yes.
and where individuals might be able to view this?
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Board of Selectmen, both Pat, and Rob. Too bad Gene wasn't here, but I heard he's recuperating. I just want to let you know that I've already drafted the meeting, public hearing notice along with Dan Script. He should have the return, complement, for the public hearing notice for the Lynn item. And will be posted and sent to the abutting communities, the EOHLC, the Attorney General's office, and the homeowner themselves for the multi-family overlay district. I will send them that particular notice also. So that's going to be hopefully posted now in the Lynn item for next Tuesday, the 9th, for day 14. Then September 16th for day 7 before the public hearing on September the 23rd. We'll hold it in the conference room, both in person and Zoom. And I have an invitation and you have to register through Zoom. So that's going to be the very next process. Then I think it kind of kicks back to you, Allison, and the Board of Selectmen, with the Finance Committee being involved and us writing a recommendation and then holding a special town meeting. And I think that needs to be held by like November 12th, somewhere around there. But Dan knows the schedule or can figure out the days.
And November 12th.
Exactly.
Fine. We have
Right.
we have to have the hearing. I'm sorry, special town meeting in enough time to allow Nils and the planning board to put together the application that goes to the state. No, well, the application for approval that goes to the state. And if we do it in the middle of November, we have a month and a half to do that, which would be plenty of time. Important to note that we don't need the AG to sign off on the bylaw before we do that. So we don't have to wait for the MLU to come back to us.
It's
So,
only
a month
the
and a half.
Executive
Yep.
Office of Housing
Yep.
Livable Communities, which we've been in touch with, and they've all along have approved everything so far.
Yeah, they're like I said, Margaret's been on the ball, so we're fine. We're looking really
Right.
good.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. Any other questions in regards to the timeline, Allison?
No, but just in terms of, you know, residents haven't been involved in the process so far and wish to view the draft bylaw as well as the zoning overlay. My understanding is you're going to have it posted to the town website.
Yes.
So
Yes.
what's your timing on that so that they can prepare
Yeah.
themselves before the public hearing?
Well, between Friday and Monday will be posted and or at least then the copies with the town clerk. That's what I'm suggesting. Anybody who wants a copy can go to the town clerk's office, pick one up. or they'll be able to go to the town's website. So the ones who don't have, internet connections or computers, they'll be able to come in. Hopefully they have the daily item to read, so that they see the notice. Otherwise, anyone who does go in on our town website will see it for sure.
Yeah, and so I do
Yeah.
encourage residents to look at that. And my understanding from the planning board is that you'll have a summary of kind of the process that you took to get, where we are and where you
Yes.
signed off on what the Board of Selectmen just approved, so that everyone's on the same page again before that public hearing.
Yes. We've had a couple, Rob and Tom of our committee prepare a requirement and proposed compliance memo, let's say, that kind of has all the steps that we went through. So that will be posted as well.
Great,
Yeah.
thank you.
Yeah,
Good
thank you.
work.
Thank you.
I'm sure that once
Thank
we
you to
get
the board.
the hearing date set, we can get notice up on the signboard coming into town, so
Yes.
get people interested that way also.
Well, the
Very
hearing
good.
looks like to be
Sheila?
September 23rd, right, Sheila?
Public hearing, yes.
Yeah, September 23rd, Rob. So we're
Okay.
already,
So we should
So the date.
put that on the schedule for Chief Furlong. Thank you, Allison. Excellent. We're very well done by all. We're on the town administrator update.
Wait, did
Okay.
we vote? We vote on
Did
that?
we vote?
We
I
did,
thi-
yes.
I think we
We
did.
did? Okay,
Yeah.
all right, good.
Yeah.
Good, good.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You get me most times, Dan, but I think I got this. I think I got it this time.
Yes, you did.
Well, no, you know what? It was we missed one about 2 weeks ago and I was embarrassed because I know it's my job. And I was we had to come back and do it again. I was like, oh, Allison's gonna yell at me for that. But not again. not again.
I'm sure you'll see it reflected in your paycheck.
I'm sure.
Okay, I have a few updates. One is that, everyone's aware that this past Monday was a holiday, but it's not affecting this week's trash and recycling should take place as usual on Thursday and Friday. So I just wanted to give that update. I also wanted to provide an update on the water main break that we experienced a few weeks ago that I know impacted a bunch of residents. So I had asked Zach to kind of write up some bullet points for me that I could share in a meeting, just so the public is aware of what went on during that time frame. So I'm just going to read through that quickly. So at 3:30 a.m. on Thursday, August 21st, the DPW responded to a report from the Nahant Police Department that there was water leaking to the surface of the roadway on Nahant Road at the intersection of Spring Road. The leak was determined to be from a 12-inch valve that had corroded and began to leak heavily when in the open position. Closing the valve stopped this valve from leaking, but the area needed to be isolated and shut down to complete the repair and replacement of the valve. During this isolation, a second valve near the location of the initial leak failed. The water shutdown area was expanded to the intersection of Spring and Flash Road and to the intersection of Nahant Road and High Street. And so that was really the center of town, and we had police details at each of those intersections kind of redirecting traffic. DPW called in Grenice to help in assisting the repair. The repair consisted of two separate jobs, replacing the 12-inch valve and replacing the second 10-inch valve that failed during the isolation. The conditions in the area likely led to the corrosion of the valves, namely the salt air and salt water. With the repair that was done, the town now has two isolation valves at the intersection of Spring and Nahant roads. So I just, wanted to express there was a lot of work put into this. It took a lot of time. Zach was on site for more than 24 hours as DPW superintendent. I think he did a great job. The police helped back up, with details, shutting down the roads. We also had numerous code red calls for the area where there was a water shutdown. So I did want to provide an explanation of kind of what happened during that time frame and how it was repaired. The one good positive thing about it was that there were a bunch of street lights that were out on Nahant Road. And so while the road shutdown was going on, National Grid came in and repaired those street lights. So they probably would have had to shut down part of Nahant Road to do that anyway. So that coincided nicely, if there's any positive thing to come out of this. But Zach wanted to mention that as well.
I'd call it a positive that the valve failed during the warmer months and not in midwinter.
That's positive too. Yes.
Yeah, very positive. Okay,
So I wanted to mention that again, Zach and the DPW and police and fire all had a great hand in making sure that got corrected.
They put in a lot of hours, and I'm sure people were inconvenienced, but from what I could see, they did everything within their power to minimize that.
Yep, that's true. So just another update, we have contractor in who's doing the curb and sidewalk work on Emerald Road. You may have noticed that that area has been closed down. The work's going to take place over a few weeks. All of the residents in that area have been notified through a letter. We also had a code red call this morning. They did have to do a emergency water shut off for just a few hours. So I sent out that code red this morning. But yeah, I think the residents in that area are aware that this work was going to occur. So we're just kind of highlighting it again. It's new curbing and new sidewalks in that area. And there's some parking restrictions. So you'll see signs there for, I guess, right now they're working on the sign where there's already a side that there's a parking restriction already. And then everyone will be notified when that switches over to the other side. And then the final thing I wanted to talk about, I don't know if individuals saw on our website, there's a public hearing that's going to be hosted here at Town Hall by the MBTA. It's a community meeting. It's on September 10th from 6 to 8 o'clock, and it's about the Linway intermodal work that's coming up. So if you go to our website, there's some information there, but it's really the representatives from the MBTA are coming here to Town Hall to talk to residents about plans to do over the Linway. They want to hear public input. My understanding is we had a call with them a few weeks ago. There's no design in place yet. They've had a public survey with a lot of input that they received, and now they're doing these community meetings to gather some more public input. But their thought is to make the Linway more, my understanding is more pedestrian and commuter friendly. And we're not sure what that looks like yet, but if you have concerns, I would recommend coming to that public hearing that's being held here in town on September 10th.
I know that their plans for a city of Lynn anyway is that there are obviously a lot of apartments have recently been built, and there are a lot more that are planned to be built all in that area around the General Edwards Bridge. And it looks to me like their goal here is to make it easier for pedestrian traffic arising through those new living residential buildings that they're putting up. They want to make it more accommodating as far as crosswalks and how people can move over to retail outlets and what have you. It looks like quite a project, and yeah, I hope that everyone gets involved and offers their thoughts. I know the immediate concern is going to be how do we get to Boston and get to work, that sort of thing. I don't know how much comment they'd have on during these hearings, but obviously, if you have the opportunity, please stop up to the meetings.
And that's all I have for updates.
Okay, thank you, Allison. We do have, I can't, oh yeah, it looks like we've got a couple of people here. Do we have Anyone who wants to make a comment, citizens comment? Okay. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
I'll second that, and roll call vote.
Pat O'Reilly, aye.
And Rob Tibbo, aye. Thank you all, Allison especially, getting through the entire meeting, not one Zoom bomb.
Hey.
I'm feeling pretty good.
Seems
Go Sox,
predictable.
go Pats.
Go Pats, that's right.
There we go.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you all.